Hello, Brian Turner here. I've been doing a lot of teaching online lately, and a lot of students have been struggling getting their guitars in tune, so I thought it would be a good idea to do a video on tuning the guitar. The first time I bought an electronic tuner was in 1979. That thing was about this big, like this, and it cost me like $440. I was real popular with my friends because we could work on their guitars, because I had this tuner, and nobody I might have been one of the few people in Houston that had one, but it was important to me to be in tune because I was doing gigs, and I was struggled with being in tune. But now you can get a tuner for free. You can download them on your phone, or you can buy some that are $15 to $20. I've got one on my phone, but I'm using my phone to record this, so I'm not going to use it. I'm going to use this little snark I've got right here. You can get these for about $15 or $20, and they're great little tuners. But so many times students have had tuners, and they come to me and they say, "But this tuner, there's something wrong with this tuner. It's not working right." Well, I know what's wrong with the tuner, and I'm looking right at it, the person using it, because you got to know how to use it. There's some little nuances about it. They're not perfect. As good as they are, they're not perfect. Now, first of all, the hardest time to get you in tune is if your guitar's totally new and the strings are just real loose. Then you've got to turn the strings a whole lot and to get it in tune. And they got little peg winders. I don't have one handy here, but they can turn the strings real fast. You might want to get one of those. But once you get your guitar in tune, then it's not going to get real bad out of tune. It'll get out of tune all the time, but it won't get real bad out of tune if you keep it close. But if it's real far out of tune and then you tune it, well, I'll tell you what, it's going to be out of tune again in 5 minutes. You have to tune it. The first time you're going to have to tune it several times before the strings kind of settle in and everything. And that happens also if you're into altered tunings and you do something that's very drastically different than normal tuning. Well, when you go back to tune to normal, you're going to have a hard time at first because the strings, they're kind of in shock and they stretch a lot. But if you're always using standard tuning, you're going to get a little bit out of tune, but it's not going to be real far. Now, having said that, whenever you tune a guitar, you have certain notes. You have the E here, and you have A, D, G, B, E. That's the names of your strings. The easy way to remember that is Eddie, 8, Dynamite, Goodbye, Eddie. That's just an easy way to remember the strings. Eddie, 8, Dynamite, Goodbye, Eddie. Now, if you're close, you really don't have to worry about this, but each note is a particular octave. For example, if you've got a tuner, a lot of the modern tuners show this. The one on my phone shows the octave, but some of them don't. Matter of fact, this snark doesn't show the octave. But if you get a tuner that shows the octave, if you hit the 6th string, it's going to show the E2. It's the 2nd octave on the piano. If you hit the 5th string, it's going to be A2. That's the 2nd octave on the piano. Then you're going to have D, which is actually a D3, the 3rd octave. G is the 3rd octave also, and so is B, and then E is your 2nd octave. But you don't have to worry about that if you're close. But if you don't know how to tune at all, and you're main thing, don't tune it. If it feels like it's going to break, it's probably going to. None of the strings should be so tight that they're going to break. Probably the one that has the most tension is the 1st string. As a matter of fact, when tuning the guitar, I always start with the 1st string because it has the most tension. So what I like to tell you is that the main thing you got to remember when you're tuning, and this is for some reason students just have a hard time grasping this. But you've got to keep hitting a steady note like this, because the tuner reads better if you're doing this. So I'm going to go out of tune on purpose. My 1st string. I'm going to go down. Now on my little tuner, I know you can't see it, but you've got a needle, and if it's to the left, that means it's flat, and you've got to look for the letter. You should see an E. If you don't see an E, then you're not even close. And something else you got to be careful. Make sure it doesn't say E with a little B. That's E flat. That's not where you want to be either, although that's closer. You want to make sure you get E. That needle's going to go like this. It's going to start going up as I tune it up. You see. And if you're close to E, you'll see that E. That needle. I'm going to go down, come right right up, and I'm going to get that E, that needle right in the middle. There it is. That needle's right up at 12 o'clock. But you also got to make sure it says E. Now, I'm going to do the same thing with the second string, B. Now, no, I want you to notice, if I tune a string and I go, for example, if I go too high, I'm going to go too high on purpose. Watch this. There's B. Oh, that's too high. I don't try to go from high down to the note. I'll go all the way down and come back up. To me, it just seems to be easier to tune if you come up to the note. So B, keep picking the string, steady. It's too high. Too low. And get that needle straight up at 12 o'clock. There's the B. Then I'm going to do G. Now, the first time through, I go through it pretty quickly because I'm going to have to come back and check it again. So now we're going to try the third string, which should be the G. That should be the G third octave, if your tuner shows the octave. G. I'm going to go low on purpose. And it shows F. I'm so low it shows F sharp. It don't show G. So I start coming up and it'll switch to G. Oh, it's close now. Here it shows a G. There you go. Get it right straight up at 12 o'clock. Now I've got a G. Same thing with D. D should be your third octave. Go too low. Come back up. Watch that needle. Make sure it's on D. There it is. Fifth string. Down. It's all the way down to G sharp. It's way too low. Now I see A. Oh, it's in close. The needle's at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. There it is. Keep picking that note. That's the main thing. Okay, sixth string. I'm going to go too high on purpose. Oh. It's so high it's up to F. Go back down. Now it shows D sharp. But I need D. Come up, and it shows D sharp. Oh, the sharp went away. I need E. I said D. I meant E. D sharp is below E. The needle's at about 11:30. Get it right up there at 12 o'clock. Now, then, once you've done that, although you think you've tuned it, you've changed the tension just a little bit with all the string. So you have to go back and check. We call this fine tuning. So I'm going to go to the first string, and it's going to be a lot closer, but there's probably some of them will probably be in tune, but a couple of them will be just a hair off. So I'm going to fine tune it. Actually, that one's pretty good. Second string. That one's pretty good. Third string. I'm going to take it off just on purpose. A little bit up. That's good. Fourth string. We're good. Fifth string. So fifth string's a hair low. It's at about 11 o'clock. 11:30. There it is. 12 o'clock. E's a little bit flat also. A little bit too low. Flat. It's at 11:30. Right straight up at 12 o'clock. There. And then I have a tuned guitar. Now, the thing that gets your guitars out of tune the most is little brothers and little sisters. I can always tell if one of my students has a little brother and little sister. They love to turn these keys. So you have to kind of hide the guitar from them or have a little heart-to-heart talk or something, because I always know when one of my students has a little brother or sister. I'll come in and pick it up, and it'll be terribly out of tune. Now, you got a little brother, don't you? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I know very well that you do. But that happens all the time. But as far as the tuning, keep a steady picking like this. You've got to keep a steady note. And you can go to the App Store and look at the tuners, look at the reviews. I mean, there are many of them that are out there. I use one that's called the INS tuner. I think that stands for Instrument Tuner or something like that. It's a freebie, but there's others that are just as good as that one. The reason I like the snark is because if somebody else is over here making noise, it doesn't matter, because it clicks on your neck and it picks up the vibration on your neck. If you're using the free one off the iPhone and somebody's talking or making a bunch of noise, well, that tuner is going to pick up all that too, and that tuner's not going to know which way to go, because if, hey, I hear an A note over here, and I hear a C over here, and I hear somebody talking over here, so you'd be as confused as I am sometimes. Anyway, that's how you tune a guitar. I hope that helps. And by the way, we could be talking about mandolin, quattro, bass guitar, any stringed instrument. All these things are true. All right, if you have any questions, please let me know. Leave them in the comments below. Thank you.